Hi, this is Monica. Welcome back to my channel, Suds and Bees. Today we will be creating a spring melt and pour soap. To create the spring melt and pour soap, I will be using a 590 gram mold. This mold gives me 4 1-inch bars. For the base of this soap, we're going to be using coconut milk detergent-free melt and pour. I will also be using clear melt and pour detergent free. For the colors and for the scent, I will be using Butterfly Flowers Types by Nurture Soap. The soap smells very floral, like a spring floral type of smell. If you're walking into a field of wildflowers during the spring, I think it complements very well once it's on the soap. If you smell it right out of the bottle, it does smell very florally. I don't know if that's a word, florally. But once it's on the soap or on the product, it gives it a really nice flowery scent. So come on, let's go get started. Let's make some soap. Okay, so to start the soap today, I have prepared some grass. And what I did to create this grass is I poured about 100 grams to this mold. I poured some clear melt and pour on here, and I colored it with both greens. So it'll give me that nice bright green. Once it was set, I took it out and I used this tool. This is used to slice vegetables, and I just sliced my soap in order to create the grass. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some grass. And just let it fall wherever it goes. Let me spray it a little bit. And to our soap, I will be adding some flowers, which I'm going to create with this cookie cutter once I cut the bars, but each flower is going to require a stem. So I also prepared these stems ahead of time. And the way I prepared these is I poured, I want to say 0.34 inches of clear soap onto here, let it set. And I only colored them just with this color because I want the stems to be darker than the grass. And then put the other one where the other flower is going to go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and spray it. And pour some base into it. So I melted a little bit more of clear base, and oops, I should spray it first. And spray this on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. Hi, so it's been about I think about an hour and a half since I poured the clear glycerin. It's pretty hard now. So now what I did here is I've melted 40 grams of coconut milk, and I don't want this to be too blue. I'm actually going to add what you start seeing on the horizon after you see a field of wildflowers. So what I did is I'm using blue number 1 from the Balm, and what I did is I just stuck my toothpick just inside the container here and just dipped it in here, and then start stirring the soap just so it's a little bit blue. And this is 40 grams that I've melted, and I added 0.2 grams of fragrance for this. Alright, so it's been about 15-20 minutes, and the white has solidified. So here I have melted 330 grams of coconut milk, and I have added 3 drops of the glue number 1 from the balm, and I have added 3% of the fragrance oil, which is 9 grams. So right now we are at 121, so it's safe to pour. We go ahead and spray. Okay, I'll be back in a few hours and we'll see how it goes. See you soon. Hi, so it's been about 40 minutes. As you can see, it's still pretty soft. I did go ahead and heat up some coconut milk base. I have not scented this or colored this. I'm just leaving this white. I'm gonna pour it. It's 167. I'm gonna pour it a little bit warm because I do want it to go through. Just a little bit. And my goal here is I'm trying to make clouds. Maybe just a little one here. Maybe I should have poured it a little bit hotter, but I just don't want it to go all the way through. I just want the clouds to be a little bit on top. Okay, now I'm going to leave this to set for about an hour, and then I'm going to come back and just pour the rest of it white. Okay, so we're back. This has solidified pretty well. I've made some more coconut milk base. So all I want to do here is see how it acts on top. Okay, so I melted more white. We are at 166 right now, 166 degrees. So I just kind of want to just drizzle it. Hi, welcome back. It is the next morning, and I have gone ahead and cut the soap. I think it turned out really cute. I'm not sure how I feel about the top layer that's a little bit darker. You can kind of see the line through there, so I've been like rubbing it to make it look more blend in. I think in the future, what I'm going to do is, instead of adding 330 grams here, I'll just go ahead and add the 400 grams and then pour the clouds and just make everything one color. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to add the flowers. So here we have the stems of the flowers, and here I have the cookie cutter. So I'm going to make sure that I line up the flower where the stem should go. So it has to go right here. Go ahead and cut the flower. See how the top came off a little bit? That's what I was kind of concerned about here. Go ahead and spray that just to make it easier to slide through. Okay, so how it falls apart there. But we'll fix that when we fill in the flour. We'll stick all that in. Okay, so I went ahead and melted 47 grams of coconut milk base. I added Neon Orange by Fun Soap Colors. I need to wait for this to cool off to about 120. I'm going to scratch the insides of my flour. And if you have a flower column mold, you can use that instead. I don't have one, but that would be the easiest part. If you buy a flower column mold, you can just make the little hole for the button instead of doing all the craziness I just did. Okay, let me see where we're at. Oh wow, we're at 88. Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and now remember, hold it down while you're and you're only doing one flower for each soap. Okay, so I've melted 58 grams this time because I had to melt a little bit more because there was a lot of indentation in the original flower. So this time I just melted more. So for all the loss I'm going to have at the bottom. In my bath bomb mold, I dissolved some purple mica by Aeon. And that gives us a nice purple. If you want a darker purple, you can add more, or you can use clear base, melt and pour. I want it like a nice pastel purple. Okay, so our purple has reached 105, so it's perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray inside of my flowers. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make a hole on here, which, make sure that you guys can see, which I'm going to make a hole right in the middle and make it go all the way through. Okay, so I've cleaned up the flowers on all the soaps. Now you can see the little button in the middle, the little, I have created this monarch butterfly embeds. This is the final step for the bar of soap. And I did scratch both the butterfly and the desired flower where I'm going to be putting the butterfly on top. Okay, so here we have one that I don't know if you can see, but the green came through here. So I just clean it up with a little toothpick so you can see the purple flower. And this is just a butterfly sitting on top of a flower. So there we have it. You just made springtime melt and pour soap. Thank you for watching. See you next time.